Thank you. Don't forget to click, subscribe, and follow Step by Step Life Coaching Center with Life Coach Pheonia Laverne. Glad to have you join us today. The next voice you will hear is Life Coach Pheonia Laverne discussing how to get into position. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast with Life Coach Pheonia Laverne. It is going to be a great day. Welcome to Step by Step Life Coaching Center. We are broadcasting live here in Cali, Colombia on such a great day, and I'm glad that you've decided to be a part of this day. Well, I have a very, very great subject. I guess all of my subjects are great because they come from the Lord. But I think today is going to be an empowering discussion as we talk about the positioning of your life. How do you monitor your positioning and making sure you're on track and making sure that you're in the right alignment with your destiny, your purpose, and your goals and your dreams? I mean, all of this is very important, but I'm going to help you focus on that just a little bit and put some checks in your checkbox to see or help you be analytical and to have some peace about how God is resonating his presence in your life based on where you are, where you live, who you're with, your future goal, dreams, and plans. So let's talk about positioning. Positioning is a particular way in which something is placed, arranged, or located. Check this out. Placed, arranged, or located. It's like houses, in cul-de-sacs, they normally have the fences around the first house, and normally because that's protecting some homes from oncoming traffic or negligence as far as parking and things like that. So things are arranged in a certain way for a reason. Even your birth is arranged for a reason. The Lord knew that you, as perhaps the eldest, would be the one that needed to hold everything, to lead and hold everything together. And the personality perhaps of the youngest was one that was very nurturing, and you would be able to give support mechanism emotionally and leadership wise. I'm just using that as an example, but to let you know that positioning is very, very important. Nothing happens randomly. Where you're placed, how you're arranged, where you're located, even where your desk is. I used to love it when school would begin, elementary and high school, because I got to pick my desk. I'd always be the first one in class, and I always wanted the first seat in front of the teacher or slightly to the right or left. Why? I just felt secure. I didn't want to be distracted. So I chose my seat, my location, and the arrangement and the placement all had to do with my success in education because of where I was, my positioning. Where you are, your positioning is either going to be an effective one, ineffective, or it's going to be one for your benefit or your demise. It will depend on the positioning factor in your life. You see, it's important to take a look at where you are. We're going to talk about the changes. What changes your position? Well, your location can change your position. Your address, where you're located, perhaps in the proximity of your locality in your city. Your location can add or take away to a lot of things. The situations that you're connected to can be relevant to an event or an action. So these are some things that can change your position. The scenery that you surround yourself with, in the events, whether they're realistic for you, the scenery, the scene of your life, being played out, those can change your position, the way you view them, the setting, exactly like where you are particularly placed in either structure, the work environment, your home setting, functioning in your roles. All these things can serve as a place of surrounding. Or the change of your position. But I really want to bring it home and answer or give you some steps that will help you direct and fix in your positioning in your life. Are you ready for what the position brings? See, positioning is something that allows you to focus on your future. It's progressive. It's always yielding or lending itself to growth. Positioning, it will determine will you be used or can you be used. If you're blessed, if you're going to be able to be teachable, train, or develop. See, positions will do that. That's why they have a rank structure in the military. That's why they have a social pecking order in your work environment. Managers, associates, group developers. They're all different titles that they give based on your position, because with position comes growth and elevation. Oh, yes. Woo, with position comes growth and elevation. But the position that you're in will either help you to go to the next level. The position that you're in will train, equip, and qualify and quantify you to go or to become what you need to do. Positionings are very important. Now, there's something called power positioning. And how do you become a power positioning? Because a power positioner comes in two aspects. It comes internally and externally. Power positioning, we know, comes from the Lord and the internal aspect. I love it. Acts 17, 26, 28 tells us that. It says, from one man, he has made every nation of humanity to live all over the earth. One man. God did that. How did he do that? Positioning. Through what? Circumstances, situations, the yes and the no of the Lord. When we respond, this is how positioning takes place. Trials and circumstances and situations, those are all the development to determine what your posture or your position, where your position would be on your job, your home, your family, your city, your church, and community. These are all how positioning helps you be great. See, when things are being positioned in your life, they're there, or you be in position. It's what? For abundant life, for greatness, increase, favor, and blessing. I mean, there are others that you can think of, but these are the ones that came to my mind in the midst of preparation for today's broadcast. But the power positioning, it has everything to do about on the outside, how you accommodate God on the inside. You see, your mind, position yourself in your mind. Are you going to follow after the Lord? Are you going to be obedient to the Lord? Are you going to allow the Lord to lead you? Are you going to be arrogant, take up your own stronghold, do your own thing, be your own person, and it's you, and nothing having to do with God? So you have to have a mindset that change. Meditate, put your heart and mind in God, and on the things. The Bible has everything answered to every question you will ever need. Whether you want to believe it, whether you want to follow it or not, it's right there. But the power positioning, I said, it comes internally. The external part is about you renewing your mind, how you think about yourself, the way you see yourself, how you manage your time. These things will determine your position, your power position. Are you going to be able to carry on in your mind if you're thinking right, and if you're doing right, and if you're managing time? I think so. Another 1.2 is your attitude. You're positioning yourself with your attitude, your outward centeredness. How is your outward centeredness? How are you with people? Do you treat people how they're supposed to be treated? Or do you just treat people the way you want when you want something? You know, people are nice to people when they want something. Other than that, they don't connect. It's like your kids, you know, all of a sudden they're nice. You're like, what do you want? Because why? There is a change in the attitude. Watch your attitude and positioning. You're a parent. How you posture yourself will determine how powerful your positioning will be. You know, I used to hear people say dress for success. You know, nowadays, you know, you go on a job, you can wear sneakers, you know, you can wear jeans, you can wear tank tops. I'm like, what? You know, well, it is what it is. People dress the way they position themselves for whatever setting or whatever point in their life they are applying for or being put into. I can't imagine a lawyer, or I can't imagine a judge going into a courtroom without an authoritarian robe. It just doesn't command the room for what is being, or what events are happening in the room. Whatever you need to, I'll probably have to do a second dialogue on this part, but whatever you want to happen, this is just the life coach part of me, to happen, you set the environment stage for it. It's like on Valentine's Day, you dim the light, the candle, the roses. It is an atmosphere that's set for romance. You dress the part, you look the part, and you receive what the part has initiated into the environment. So it is, even with your faith. You want God to move, guess what? You go into prayer, you create an atmosphere, you dialogue in such a way to ignite a conversation, and it goes from there. So all I am saying is that if you want to be successful in your positioning, dress the part. Position yourself. Your appearance is reflective of you. Look important. Be important. If not, people will judge you on your lack of importance. I need to put that in a quote. You heard it first here on Step by Step Life Coaching Center. Now let's go to our action. Positioning yourself with your actions. Are you reliable? Are you faithful? These are some things to think about. Your actions. Does your action speak louder than your, I'll be there. Just wait a minute. I'm praying for you. I'll pray for you. And you never do it. You never do it. And that leads us into our other aspect. Another part of purposeful or successful positioning is that you position yourself by the way you follow up. It's so many things. The way you follow up. How do you reach out? Do you follow through? Do you keep your promise? Do you operate in a timely manner? These are some things to worry about. God is always on time, so he's dependable, so you can trust him for the things that you have. He always keeps his promise. He never lies. He operates in such a way of excellence that you can depend on him. So it is in the part of who you are, and also the external. They go together. What's on the inside shows up on the outside. Position yourself with your words. Are your words factual? Are they truthful? Are they sensible? Are you just saying anything but have no foundation about what you're saying? My mother used to tell me a long time ago, she says, nobody knows you're a fool until you open your mouth. Sometimes you can be astutely perceived if you keep your mouth quiet and you hang with the big boys, or you're in a room, you may not be as extinguished as some of the guests there, but you dress the part, you look the part. Come on now, your actions portray the part, but until you open your mouth, don't try to fluff your words or perpetrate or act like you know when you really don't know. Just say, hey, look, I don't know, and I'll get that. I've heard people use big words around me. Inside, I know, what does that word mean? Most people wouldn't say anything. They'll begin to continue to talk as though they're dialoguing effectively, and people are like, they don't know what they're talking about. Me, I'll be like, excuse me, can you tell me what that word means? That way I can always keep myself engaged in the conversation and not aloof or put out because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm emphasizing words because the Bible says the power of life and death is what you say. You can kill your own positioning. It's like working in a work environment and people come to you, but you've never read your a policy and procedure manual. You've never read your standard operating procedure, SOP, or any manual, but you're the team leader, but everybody knows more than you, and they know that. So you don't get any respect, you don't get any honor on the job because you don't know your job. I'm just saying. Positive words, be able to speak. We have forward thinking, which comes from knowing about a subject matter and knowing what's coming down the chain. I've got about maybe 2 more and I'm out for the rest of the day. Another positioning prospect for you is the way you handle life. That's a whole nother subject. How we handle life is how we see life. frantically. Some people are very fearful. Everything is fear, fear, fear. And that's because, it comes from a heart of insecurity. It comes from an eye lens of, not a lot of dependability and lack of trust. There's a lot of things that go along with the way people handle life. But I'm just going to say, position yourself in such a way to handle your life, the life of objections, the life of negativity, the life of criticism, the life of judgmentalism, accusation, lies, and dislike. It can go all the way down with a lot. Rejection. How you handle life will determine how you handle some of these offset or some of these negative things, because if you don't learn how to handle the negatives in a positive way, you will never reflect in a positive way in negative circumstances and situations. I'm just saying, positioning yourself comes from knowing how to manage or how to react or how to engage things that are objective to who you are, the negativity, the criticism of life. Acts 17:26 says, from one man he has made every nation of humanity to live all over the earth. God is able to position. He's able to build up. He's able to set out. He's able to set up. He's able to turn around. He's able to direct. That's how powerful the Lord our God is. Are you going to let God lead your life? The Bible said he has given them the seasons of the year, and he puts in